And boys, we are back here with another college video. Today, what I got for y'all is another community suggestion. Today, we're going to be talking about some red zone passing plays. We're going to go over my two go-to red zone plays. Now, really, you can be in any playbook and you can recreate this because all you need is essentially like a trip set, right? Like right here, we'll do random, and we get Nevada right here. That's fine. Of course, we're going to want to change the difficulty to Heisman. West Virginia really doesn't matter. The defense right here too, but let's get into it and let's talk about my favorite pass play. All right, now we are here in the Nevada playbook where we can just go ahead and take a look at their formations, and they actually have a trips tight end offset week right here. And really, we don't need the running back. That can work too. And what I will say as well is if you have like, say like a normal Y off type of formation, we could make this work as well, where if we go like all go right here, right? And on defense, we're just going to be going up against stock coverage. What you're going to see is that we motion over this guy right here, B, to the other side of the field. We essentially get like almost trips tight end, right? So like I was saying, there's multiple ways to go about basically running this play, but of course we're going to want to be in the red zone right here. Like we can be at, say, the 3-yard line. I feel like that's fine. Like you could really call this play I think from the 10 on in, but let's go ahead and just go to trips tight end offset week since they have basically a trips formation. And really doesn't matter the play. We're going to be hot rounding everything right here. We're going to come out and read Y corner, and on defense, let's just stay in 3-3 over, where we're going to go over every single stock coverage. Now the first red zone play, what you're going to see is if I try to motion my running back out to the right, you see he motions all the way out, right? Like he doesn't go to his quarterback's like hip. We can show this type of play in the normal Y off. That would be better for this, but for base play right here and like the trip setting, what I like to do. So our running back right now, he isn't that important. If we wanted to, we could motion him out right here on a smoke screen, just pretty much a flat route to the right side of the field. But a lot of people in the red zone, they will be sending pressure. They'll be blitzing. But if they don't, again, you could just move the running back, just simply have him on a flat route to the right side of the field, opposite the trips receivers. Now, what we're going to do with this trips offense right here, first thing we're going to do is hit Y and then X right here for your outside receiver. We're going to put him on an in route, right? Left stick to the right, in route right here. Now, we don't need to do this with this play, but you would flat the wide receiver. So we would hit Y, and then hit the L2 button for a flat route, just assuming you have none of these stock routes, right? After that, we are going to hit Y and then B for our inside trips receiver, and we're going to hit the right stick to the right to put him on a slant route. And then finally right here, we're going to hit the Y button, then A to hot route to tight end, and we're going to put him on an in route, but then we are going to stem him up to the back line of the end zone. So we're going to hit the Y, A button, hold LB, and we're just going to stem him up till he is running the back line of the end zone right here. Now, this is the play for me that I call at a very high clip. Now, we're going to run cover 4 shaded down, then we'll run just base cover 4 quarters. What you're going to see is the in route is open. Now, really, first is cover 4 or like cover 4 quarters. The in route is the thing that you are going to want to hit. But right here, what you can see is we also could have the slant open late, backline the end zone. Just got a little bit of a bad pass lead right there. But this is really good versus cover 4. A lot of times, like this in route is just like they just don't guard it, right? So boom, boom, boom. That would be the read of that play. Right now, they can user that, but again, depending on who they user, like say for instance, like with this play, they user like the top safety or something, that just opens up like the tight end for like a high ball backline the end zone, right? Like boom, and then we'll also try to get this B receiver down right here. We got a blue throw that time. Gonna want to ag back to the ball, like click onto the receiver, hitting B, and then holding that Y or triangle button if you're on the PlayStation. And that was cover 4. I think we did a good job being that. Let's go over shade down man right here. Cool, and what you're going to see that time is we have a slant, boom. In route does a good job too. Both in routes really do a good job. Now, what I will say is if they're leaving their guys in deep halves of the back of the end zone, that will guard like the deep in route to the tight end. Now, these routes versus the shade down 2 man, of course they do depend like how good your players are too, especially in like the reg setting. Like Nevada right here, it's just simply like the tight end and also the outside receiver just really aren't that good. But I promise you, if you're in the cut setting, these 2 routes right here are going to fry the man coverage. But you're going to see this time that versus these DBs and in this right here, it's just not, it's not like an auto man beater, but we did get the backside in route that time. It was throwable. He was breaking open right there. Thought we had the slant too, and really versus man coverage, you can do a lot of other things too. I wanted to focus heavily on zone today. Now, after going up against the man coverage, and you guys kind of seeing like, you know, we could have the backside in, we could have the slant, and also the tight end route is good when you have like a good tight end. We have like a 72 overall tight end with like no speed. of course, man is going to be pretty good for stat. But let's talk about mainly zone right here, because I feel like a lot of times, especially in the cut setting, you're going to play a lot of zone. Now, this time right here, I just want this play to run out right here. So we're just going to go ahead and basically just try to create some pocket right here. Boom, and throw it away. And I want to show this in the instant replay versus like a cover 3 style of defense. So we're going to back up the camera right here, and let's just talk about the read. So first thing, you notice, okay, the flat route got kind of caged, and we can throw the in route right here. This in route throwable right here, okay? Also backline in the end zone right here, what you're gonna notice is this tight end, when you sim him up like this, if he like bumps into the safety, which sometimes like boom, you see how he like bumped right there, doesn't happen all the time, kind of I would say a random thing, but most of the time this doesn't happen, and then he's actually running the backline in the end zone, and then you can just highball this right here as well. Right here we also have the in route also open a second timer here late too, if you're late to see it. But I do want to show this in route right here versus the cover 3. Now I do want to show the tight end in versus cover 3 again, just to show like, hey, it's not an every time thing that he gets like bumped, and that time right there you kind of saw exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like didn't get bumped that time, didn't get pushed out the back line in the end zone, boom, touchdown. And really finally right here we got cover 2 solid defense. And there's one other thing that I do want to show that a lot of people run in the red zone, where this tight end just really becomes really good. But now versus the cover 2 right here, we're just going to go ahead again, let everything play out right here, boom, and snap the ball, and you can kind of see windows to throw a lot of different things, right? And this time right here, we're going to go ahead and go into the instant replay. Of course, this was cover 2, not shaded down, right? And first thing that we see, okay, boom, not shading down. We have 18 open right there. 18 is a touchdown. 18 is a touchdown. Secondly, right here, I like this window, like right here, to throw this, and we can try to throw this as well. This is where really like we can go ahead and show this in a second too, but versus like cover 2 or like anything where you're playing cloud flats on the outside, guys, this is where a running back motion out really helps. This time is motioning out the running back right here on a little like smoke screen. You could also do like a baby like hitch, like stem and curl all the way down. The curl is actually really good because it's going to hold that zone, right? And we got freaking pressured, but do you see what I'm talking about? How it just kind of held that zone right there? Like the cloud flat did a really good job with that. And what you're going to see late right here is he is on that like glue. You highball this right here. Probably don't even need to highball it, but that is also now potentially another open player too, by just getting that flat route out the way. So yeah, that's really all like the popular like stock defenses in the game. Now what people really do in the red zone is something like this right here, okay? Like this is probably the most popular red zone defense, is basically not running deep blues, double hard flats, double clouds, 2 hook curls, 3 rec as the user right here, right? And versus this defense, again, this is where I really like this play, because this is a very popular way to run this defense. And we're gonna go ahead and hike the ball right here, and what you're gonna see is this is where the tight end route is just absolutely money. We got a bad throw right there, happens, but that is where it's really good when they aren't running deep blues on their safeties, which a lot of people in the red zone, they just aren't going to do. And that's really like a breakdown of this type of play. Now what I want to do real quick is, of course, go to the normal Y off formation, where we did have another play, okay? And in normal Y off, we can come out in any play, and this is more so along the lines, again, kind of like trips tight end, right? Where with the motion over, and we can just come out and all go. And this time on defense, we'll come out on the cover 4 again. And really the other play that I really like is, again, make the trips formation right here. You could even do this a little bit better. Like you can do the same thing normal Y off, right? That we just covered. Like we could go like this, and this actually, I'm not kidding, this might even be better than the trips tight end offside weak, because we now have the running back flat to pull zone. But all right, so now for the base play right here, we're going to zig route the B receiver. We're going to hit Y, B, put him on a zig. We're going to hit Y, Y, and then we're going to flat him, and then we're going to hit this X receiver right here, and then we're going to hit the left stick down to put him on a curl. Then we're going to hit Y, A, put him on a corner route, right stick to the right, and then YRB running back angle right here up on the D-pad. So this is what the play looks like right here. And I really like this play for basically everything that isn't cover 2. I like it versus man. I like it versus zone. Again, the only thing I don't like it versus is cover 2. And even like some of the cover 2, like it can work. But first of all, right here, let's go up against the cover 2 man right here, where really I think you know the things that are going to get open. The zig, I mean, I don't know what my zig route just did, but there we go. Again, we are using Nevada right now. I just want to keep saying that because, of course, they don't have the best receivers. But yeah, that was super weird. Let's go ahead and go to cover 3 sky right here. where again, we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing where really, like I said, the main thing that we're trying to hit in versus like a lot of the stock zone is the zig route, where we just have a nice little pocket to be able to throw that versus basically all stock zone coverage besides like shade down cover 2. I'll call it first anything that's not like cover 2, but my go-to is the slant, the end route, and the deep end route to the tight end. But this play again can be good versus man, can be good versus everything that I just think is not cover 2. So yeah, this time we'll run up against cover 4. And again, guess what? Zig route, nice little pocket, bang. Now you might be like, okay, we just talked about the zig route. Now let's talk about like the other side of the field, okay? Where let's say, for instance, they're trying to fully stop like the left side of the field, like they're shading down, they're guarding the zig route, they're guarding the curl. And let's say they just leave hard flats on the right side of the field, try to watch like a running back table. Their user is over to the left. This is where the right side of the field really comes into play because, of course, tight end corner over the hard flat, and then also the running back over the middle of the field as well. And your quarterback is also always a weapon too. So that's really where these two plays really come in. Yeah, this is like my two most called pass plays in the red zone. I think they are so good. And yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy today, man. Hopefully I was able to give you guys something that is really effective in the red zone for you. And if you guys did enjoy and you want more tip content just like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now if you guys do want to go ahead and see me use all this stuff live on stream, I do stream here on both YouTube and Twitch. Main YouTube channel down below in the description. Also, we have our Twitch channel down below in the description. Hit those with follows as well if you aren't already. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.